Hey everyone, it's Anne here from English Valley Cafe. I'm really glad that you are here with me today and that I would hope that you would stick around through the entire video and think about some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video. So basically, I'm going to answer a question that I got from a viewer here. It was a comment below one of the videos, and I think it's a very good question and a very important one. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to spend this entire video to talk about this comment that I got and kind of expand from the comment and talk about some of the misconceptions that I've heard from a lot of English learners, and I think these misconceptions needs to be cleared up and talked about so that it'll give you more confidence to continue learning English and help you make progress in your English learning, and hopefully you will not quit learning English altogether because of these misconceptions. So I forgot which video it was, but this is the comment that I got below that video. I'm gonna read the comment exactly as it was written. But why didn't pronounce sentence as a native speaker, like sentence? Okay, and this is a really good question, and I'm so glad. I forgot who it was. Whoever made this comment, I want to say thank you, because I think this comment is going to help clear up a lot of confusions for other English learners as well. So basically, the person is asking, why didn't I pronounce the word sentence as sentence like a native English speaker, right? Like a native speaker. Okay. Um, I made a video. Oh, this is a long time ago. It's an old video, old but gold video. I hope you'll watch that. I'll leave the link down in the description below. It was a pronunciation video about glottal T. And that's exactly what this person is asking here, is when you glottal T is like when we leave out that T sound in words like internet or sentence or mountain. So instead, people will say mountain, internet, or sentence. If you watch that video that I made about glottal T, like I said, I'll leave the link down in the description. I talked about how in North America, a lot of people will pronounce these words like sentence, mountain, internet, instead of using the true T, okay? And I said that this is very common among North American. But it doesn't mean that if you pronounce sentence or mountain or internet, that's of the wrong pronunciation. It's not wrong, it's not inaccurate. And as a matter of fact, a lot of native speakers in North America also pronounce these words using the true T. Okay, I want to clear up one point here, and that is that if you pronounce these words like sentence, mountain, internet, it's not wrong, and it's not uncommon either. Okay, so like I said, a lot of North Americans will pronounce these words using the true T, but at the same time, you'll hear a lot of North Americans pronouncing these words using the glottal T. Okay, so don't get confused. When you pronounce words like sentence or mountain, that does not mean that you are not a native speaker. Okay, listen again. Does not equal to you not being a native English speaker. Okay, so if you say sentence, that does not mean that you are not a native English speaker. Okay, if you say sentence, it's not unnatural, and like I said, it's perfectly normal. As a matter of fact, if you go on to Youglish, and I really recommend this website, I think it's Youglish. If you go on to youglish.com, I'll leave the link in the description as well. If you type in the word sentence, it'll generate a lot of the YouTube videos of people using this word or saying this word you'll actually hear a lot of native English speakers saying the word sentence instead of sentence. So I can give some explanation for why this happens, but I can't speak for other speakers. But for me, when I say sentence in my videos, one reason is because the videos that I put out here on this channel is to help you learn English. And I want to make my pronunciation, or I want to enunciate word as clearly as I can so that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so you'll notice that I think in a lot of my pronunciation videos, particularly, I actually say the word sentence instead of sentence. And but if I were to talk to like my friends or just in general conversation, I usually do say the word sentence. Okay, so I use the glottal T. I don't use that true T to pronounce the word. So that's part of the reasons why you probably won't hear me say sentence, but rather sentence. But like I said in my video on the pronunciation lesson that I did on the glottal T, there are a lot of North Americans that will say sentence, mountain, internet. Okay, and it's good to know these alternative to the pronunciation of these words so that you will understand native English speakers better. You might not speak this way, you might not pronounce words this way, and that's fine, but at least you can understand it when native speakers use the pronunciation of the glottal T. Now, this brings me to my next point, and that is pronunciation versus accent. And I would like to know what you think. Okay, if you feel like sharing your thoughts with me, you can type it down in the comments. But I would like to ask you, do you think that pronunciation and accent are the same, or are they two different things? Okay, let me know what you think between pronunciation and accent. Okay, because these two are two separate things. Okay, pronunciation is how you pronounce a word, how you enunciate words. Are you enunciating words clearly? Okay, so if you have a good pronunciation, people will be able to understand your English. You'll be able to communicate clearly. Now, accent is who you are, is your identity. Okay, so if you're speaking English with an accent, that's perfectly fine as long as that accent is not getting in the way of your communication, that people are not able to understand what you're saying. Your accent is perfectly fine and it's beautiful. Okay, so I want you to know that when you speak English with an accent, it's telling the other person who you are. So be proud of that, like who you are, who your identity, your culture, your heritage. Okay, so this is not something that you should feel bad about. Again, I want you to know there's a difference between pronunciation and accent. And this reminds me of a comment that I hear so many times from English learners, from my students, is saying that I speak English with an accent and therefore it equals to my English is not good or I'm bad at speaking. Okay, so again, if your accent is not getting in the way of communication, like your other people are still able to understand you, you're able to communicate in English perfectly fine, then don't feel bad that because you have an accent that your English is bad or that you're bad at speaking English. These two things are different. Okay, so don't get them confused. Again, pronunciation is not the same as having accent when you're speaking English. Now, this brings me to the next important point, and that is that I see a lot of English learners trying to speak English really fast and thinking that they're like an English speaker. Okay, so if you want to speak English fast, then make sure that you're learning the reductions, you're learning connected speech, okay? Because that's what makes native English speakers speak English fast. It's because they're connecting words together, they're reducing sounds, okay? So if you speak English fast, it's not the speed, because I've seen a lot of English learners trying to speak fast English and they speak so fast, but it's so hard to understand them. I don't even know what they're talking about. Like I said, the key to learning pronunciation is to help you speak English clearly, to be able to communicate clearly. Okay, so these are some things that I want to clear up. And I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what you think about these points that I mentioned today in this video. And so again, I want to make it clear that the pronunciation videos that I put out here are to help you to communicate more clearly in English, and also to help you to understand native English speakers better. Again, remember that if you don't pronounce certain words in a certain way, it does not mean that you are not a native English speaker. Also, if you speak fast but nobody understands you, that does not mean that you are a native English speaker as well. And the third thing is that remember that pronunciation and accent, two different things. Okay, as long as your accent doesn't get in the way of communication, your accent is beautiful. Embrace who you are. Be proud of your culture, be proud of your heritage, and share that with other people. You know, I think you should be proud that you're learning a second language, or maybe English is probably your third language. And a lot of people who make comments or disparage you because of your accent are most likely people who have never learned a second language. Okay, so I hope that this video kind of boosts your confidence a little bit about learning English. And like I said, if you have any feedback, any thoughts, I welcome them in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you back here next week for a new lesson. Take care.